Start by talking about the fallout from Sunday and the charge of failing to control players. Now, I know you can't speak about it because it's an ongoing charge, but how disappointed were you to see that from players?
No, it's difficult in that moment to control the emotions, and it's not easy. It's true that I was far away, and then I ran. When I arrived, was late. Difficult to see what happened there. I tried to watch by TV, but it's a situation that it's difficult to control the emotion and what happened. We'll see what is going to the FA charge, or I think it's under investigation, and we see what is going on now.
Have you spoken to Eric Dyer, or did you feel as if his action was particularly provocative?
Look, to be honest, I didn't talk with him, because when you do something and then it's so evident the action or that happened after, I think you can take in one or another direction. If you are a Tottenham fans, you take in some direction. If you are Arsenal fan, you take in one direction. If you are the manager of Tottenham, the manager of Arsenal, the player involved in there, player that were doing the warm-up, Arsenal, you are going to back our player or our things that happen. But it's not sense now to talk too much, because now it's about to accept what the FA is going to charge or not. It's under investigation, and if we do something wrong, it's normally to pay.
Football's a funny game. Two brilliant performances against Chelsea and Inter Milan, and then one bad performance, and it's all anybody wants.
No, bad performance, no bad performance. I think bad result, yes. Disappointed result, yes. But the performance until that we conceded the third goal after 77 minutes, I think was even the game. And I think the performance was good. And then when you have in consideration the two big games that we played before, and when Arsenal, of course, I don't going to take the credit to Arsenal. It's not be wrong in my appreciation that there is all the credit to Arsenal, but I think the both team arrived Sunday to play in different conditions, and that is a circumstance that you cannot change. And of course, when you have the possibility in that rest 10 players and no play in Europa League, and 10 players play Saturday against Bournemouth, and then they were preparing the game against us Sunday. When we play two big games, Wednesday we play a must-win game, that is completely different. But of course, I don't want to take credit to Arsenal, but the conditions are completely different, and in the way that we compete was very good. I think the performance for different periods, I think I explained, sometimes was for Arsenal, sometimes was for us, in some different periods, but until 77 minutes, I think was even. It's one action, in that the action that we conceded the third goal. If you look me, that the previous action, that was the ball in behind to the defensive line that was running Sissoko, and the keeper leave his position and put the ball in the touchline where I was. My reaction was run, touch the ball, and to play quick, and that became the action that we conceded the third goal. In that moment, my feeling was we can win. We were very competitive. If we go back last season, that we lose 2-0 against them, remember they were much better. We saved, Hugo saved, Giroud on the crossbar, many actions like this. Of course, that the result, we are so disappointed, but I am very proud of the performance. I'm very proud of the effort of the player. 3 big games in 7 days, 8 days. To cope with that is so difficult, and believe me, I am so proud about the effort of the player. Of course, we can do better, and disappointed with the result, but we cannot now to say that the performance wasn't good.
So you mentioned the condition there. You admit that tiredness is an issue for the squad at the moment?
No.
So many big games in short.
After the game, if you see the stat, we ran more than them. With the last, I think, was sent off. We played 10 minutes, I think, with Shan out, and I think the physical stat were for we ran more than them. The problem is maybe you can cope with the physical demand, but maybe you are not fresh, and you are rather to be proactive. You are reactive, and always it's difficult to start the game. And the start the game was we start late, and maybe not with that freshness that you need and to compete in this type of game. We conceded a penalty after 7 minutes. Was tough moment, but and then we come back and we dominate. In the second half, we start until I think we concede 2-1. We concede in a counter-attack. Bellerin in behind our back four and score Aubameyang. I think this 10-12 minutes we were much better. We start so well. We were pressing. We had the possibility to score the third goal. Yes, and then of course, the circumstance 4-2, you cannot talk too much because you lose the game. But I think it was a very competitive game. Disappointed with the result, but very proud of the effort that the whole squad.
Just a couple more from me. Looking ahead to tomorrow night, presumably you still have a lot of affection for Southampton as a club. They gave you your first chance. Does it sadden you to see where they are now in a relegation battle, sacked another manager?
Yes, of course that I care a lot for Southampton. I think it was my first opportunity. And then always I told the people, of course, that the fans were very disappointed when we left there, but the circumstances were completely different after 1 year and a half. We are, I think, so loyal, and when changed the project, Southampton changed the project after 1 year and a half, of course, I needed to go away. But of course, always my affection for Southampton, I think was always with my family will talk. No, I think was one of the better period in my life that I spent there. I think was an amazing. We find an amazing people there, an amazing town that they provide everything, make us to feel like home, and I always is my affection is going to be there. And my first club on England. The possibility to manage a club in Premier League when with no one word in English, because when I arrived 6 years ago, I was still I need to improve, but I was so scared, to face the first day, to the staff, to the player, but it was massive impact in my life, in my like a manager, like a coach, and I am so grateful to Southampton. But I think yes, of course, that I am not happy with the situation. Sure that they have tools to live from that situation. Always I wish, and all my wish are the best for them. But now tomorrow we are going to compete, and we need to win the 3 points. Of course, in front is going to be Kelvin Davis. That was our player, was my captain, my first captain, club captain. I think great personality, great character, great man, and it's so nice to face him tomorrow. In a difficult situation for both, because both we need to win, but in the same way, so happy to see him, because I know that his dream is to be a coach, to be a manager. He has the capacity and the quality to be a great manager in England or in another country. But yes, for many reasons, fantastic to face him tomorrow and to meet him. But for another thing, will be a very tough 90 minutes for both sides. You're welcome.
Yes. I'm not picking your team for tomorrow, but with Jan suspended, I assume Toby's back as well.
We'll see.
Well, you haven't got the other centre half, so.
Yeah, but it's different option. Dyer can play there, It's about to try to be right, no, and on the end win the game. That is the most important. But of course, we came from a very competitive week, and now we are going to face again a very competitive week. Wednesday Southampton, Saturday Leicester, must-win game again Barcelona, and keep going. We are going to play a lot of game until January, and it's so important to keep all involved and all in the best condition to compete. Of course, that some player maybe we cannot rotate for different circumstances, but the player that we believe that we can rotate, we are going to give the possibility. And players that maybe need to rest, you know me, and I'm going to change my mind because of we are going to win or we are going to lose. Always is so important the health of the squad and the player, and because we believe that we can win with one or another names on the pitch.
This fixture congestion you've got, where you've got games every midweek, Barcelona, and then you've got Arsenal in the League Cup, is that a sign of success, or is that just a sign that there's too many football matches at this time of year for clubs?
If it's a success for what?
Well, the success that you're in the Champions League and you've got to a latter stage of a League Cup. So is it because you're being successful, or is it because of the fault that there's too many games?
I think to be involved in all the competition is a successful thing for the club and for us. In the same time, to manage the circumstance and all the game is so tough and it's difficult. And of course, the difficult thing is, for us no, but for the people to understand, because everyone have different opinion, and in every single game, sure that you pick one or another different. That is the good thing in football, and respect all the opinion is so important. But in our side is all the information that we have every day, and after to take the best decision, to mix in the best way the team, to try to performance, that not always working. Like I told you, after Chelsea or after Inter, I was so humble after those two victory. I said, today working, after working, and maybe not working, or maybe tomorrow not working, but that is football, is to take decision, to have a plan, to apply the common sense in your election, and when you work, how we work, I think it's about the information and try to keep all fit. And of course, that is impossible to avoid the risk, 100% the risk about injuries. But when you have some indication that can happen something, you need to try to believe in the squad. If not, it's so easy to manage football, but football is not easy to manage, and in Premier League or in England, make more difficult because the competition is so tough.
Finally, you saw Jurgen Klopp running onto the pitch on Sunday.
I ran too.
You did run?
Yeah, when I was running to
You want to have a race with Jurgen Klopp?
Sorry?
You want to have a race with Jurgen Klopp?
No chance for him.
No chance.
I ran faster than him for sure.
But in general, I mean, you generally do keep your cool in the technical area. You don't throw bottles around like other managers. You don't run onto the pitch. How difficult is it to do that? Because obviously there are very strict guidelines for managers, and how important is it that managers do try and keep their cool?
Look, it's not my business to judge how behave another people, no? I think all the managers are very emotional because that job demands you to be emotional. It's only that some people it's more freedom to do things, to show more than another. And I am so focused when it's the game, I am so focused in trying to be calm and relaxed. And then maybe you not help too much, but thinking that you can help, no, your player. But it's funny to see how he ran. But I don't know if the the manager from Everton was happy, or the bench was happy of Everton. And it's so special in different culture. You can take like an expression of happiness, and it's not disrespectful. Some people can take that like it's so disrespectful, because it's no point to celebrate like this. You know, I think Klopp is a very nice guy, and every time that I met him, always was very good, and it's in his personality like this. But I repeat, it's not my job to judge the people. Everyone can behave how they want to behave. Of course, I think that is the most important, to accept that the people that is in front of you can behave different to you. That is the most important thing, and to accept that sure, that is not with the intention to be disrespectful with another team, of course. Yes, I am in the way that you look me, but inside I am more like maybe Klopp. I behave like Klopp maybe inside to the changing room. I am sometimes so aggressive, so emotional, but after on the touchline, I am trying to be relaxed. I'm trying to contain myself. But maybe one day I start to run, eh? Why not?
Okay, we'll wrap it up over here.
Yeah, just to go back, Mauricio, to Southampton for a moment. How difficult is it for a team like that to succeed? In a way, will you look back on that and say what you achieved there isn't the level, essentially, of what you're doing here with those resources, with those in that situation? I mean,
I don't know. I cannot talk. I cannot be disrespectful with the people that is there assessing what happened. And I try to avoid to talk from outside of the clubs, because you can have your idea, but sometimes your idea cannot be the right idea, what is going on there. Of course, they are in a difficult situation. I am so sad because, like I explained before, for me Southampton is so a special place. I'm going to be always one of the most special place forever, for me and for my family. But of course, still it's so early the season. I think they have the tool to improve.
Can a club that size ever really compete? I mean, is it just always... Sean Dyke was talking Saturday about Burnley. You finish 7th, and with a bigger club, you say, okay, we're starting something. With a club like Burnley, even Southampton, every year is a struggle. Just because you're 7th doesn't mean you won't go down the next year. And so many good managers have come in a row.
Because the Premier League is so tough, so competitive. We are talking about improve, but the difficult is to keep your level every season. Because Premier League is so dynamic, the investment, how the player want to come here, and the money that you have to spend improving your squad is so competitive. It's so tough to keep your level, but in the end, if you fail in some moment, and you can go down, because it's true that another leagues in Europe are completely different, and it's more consistent and more regular. But in England, it looks Fulham, the investment that came from second division and arrived, and I think they spent more than £100 million. That in another league, in Spain, no happen. In Italy, no happen. In Germany, no happen. But in England, yes. You finish in a good position, but if you are not capable to keep that level and try to improve, it's so difficult. If you keep your level, maybe you are in a position below that you were in the season previous. Because to keep your level doesn't mean that you are going to keep the same position. That is why you need to improve, and that is why I think our circumstance, sometimes the people is so, how they assess us is a little bit unfair, because Tottenham is not only keeping the level, if not is improving. Last season, I think in that circumstance, or in the same stage of the season in Premier League, we had 6 points less than today. But looks like it's not enough. 6 points more this season, that last season, but looks like it's not enough. And I think after Arsenal and Everton, I think we are the team that improved more, the third team that we improved the most, more than Liverpool, more than City, more than United or Chelsea. But we talk again, perception. And sometimes the perception is very dangerous for your mind because it's not the reality. And when you repeat, it's like, if I say to you that that is black, and I repeat 100 times, in some point you are going to doubt. Yes, maybe it's not transparent. Maybe it's black. And when you repeat one lie many times, you are going to affect the people, and the perception is going to change. And that's sometimes what happens in football, that the reality, and we need to live in the reality more than the perception, and keep going. And I hope that Southampton, after tomorrow, can be better, and of course, be in a position that the club deserves.